So here we are, taking a look at the Edmonton Oilers and their projected lineup heading into 2025-2026. Lots of turnaround with this team. A lot of new names. A lot of guys ended up leaving. A lot of faces and experience out the door in favor of youth. This is why I wanted to focus on some of the top Edmonton Oilers prospects that are projected to being given a spot on this team. Now, the other day, we did speak out about Vasily Podkolzin in a dual collaborative video, where we also spoke about Marco Kasper and John Gibson. But right now, according to dailyfaceoff.com, the Edmonton Oilers could be looking at potentially 2 brand new names in that top 6. Let's dive into both of these guys today, courtesy of an article posted on NHL.com. Of course, you can take a look at it yourself here. DailyFaceoff.com has Isaac Howard as the number 1 left wing alongside of Connor McDavid and Zach Hyman. And they also have Matthew Savoie as the second-line right wing with Vasily Podkolzin and Leon Draisaitl. Andrew Mangiapane is also here, added onto the third line. No more Corey Perry, no more Arvidsson, no more Evander Kane. Lots of winger turnaround with the Edmonton Oilers. But Howard and Savoie are the 2 guys that I wanted to dive into the most. Let's go back over onto this article on NHL.com. Top prospects for the Edmonton Oilers. This piece, published by Derek Van Diest, goes out there and talks about how Savoie and Howard are expected to compete for roster spots. Let's dive into it over here. The number 1 prospect in the Edmonton Oilers system is Matt Savoie, according to this article. He was acquired by the Oilers in a trade with the Buffalo Sabres earlier last year. In his 24-25 campaign, Savoie had 4 games with the Edmonton Oilers, scoring 1 assist, and he also had 54 points in 66 AHL games with the Bakersfield Condors. Selected by the Buffalo Sabres with the 9th pick in 2022, Savoie was acquired by the Oilers for Ryan McLeod and forward prospect Tyler Tullio, and immediately went to the top of Edmonton's prospect list. Savoie, 5'9", 179, had a strong first season with Bakersfield in the AHL, and the 21-year-old is expected to make the jump to the NHL this season, where he could play a bottom 6 role and be an effective penalty killer. Now, I'll just hold your horses right there, folks, because I do think that if you entrust a 5'9", 179 Matthew Savoie to a bottom 6 penalty killing role, I really question just how far he's going to be able to provide value in that kind of a position. I'm kind of more inclined to vibe with the Daily Faceoff projection here, where they say that Savoie can be a second-line winger alongside a Leon Draisaitl. This guy is an offensive dynamo, and he had been ever since his days in the WHL. So holding him back and just entrusting him with penalty killing time, I don't necessarily know if that's the move here, but we'll see. He's a very explosive skater. He can really, really skate. His top speed is high-end, Oilers Senior Director of Hockey Ops Callie Larson said. I think with his first year in pro, he showed that he is not just a one-trick pony. He's not just an offensive guy, and I think that versatility in his game allows him to compete for more spots on the team. He's willing to do what it takes to make it to the NHL, and he's going to get a good chance to show what he's got. His projected NHL arrival is this season. Now, I just wanted to talk a little bit more about Matt Savoie before we move on to Isaac Howard, because this is a player who, back in the day, like back in 2019-ish, this guy was projected to being one of the best prospects in the 2022 NHL Draft. There was a world where we were saying that there was a 3-headed monster at the top of 2022 selection in Brad Lambert, Shane Wright, and Matthew Savoie. This is because back in his WHL, USHL kind of transition years, Matthew Savoie was doing so well for the Dubuque Fighting Saints in the USHL before heading over to Winnipeg in 21-22 and having a blistering campaign that season. 90 points, 65 games played. He was really, really good. He then got drafted by Buffalo, had a quick cup of coffee with them the next year, and inevitably found himself with the Edmonton Oilers after that trade in 2024. 54 points in 66 games really isn't bad. In fact, I'd say it's pretty good for a guy who's playing his first full season as a pro. And now, heading into the Edmonton Oilers system, if this is a guy whom you want to see immediate production out of, all you gotta do is play him with either McDavid or Draisaitl, and you're probably going to get that. Savoie is really shifty, he's really tricky, he's got some great hands, and alongside of a guy like Draisaitl and a work-hard effort dude like Vasily Podkolzin, we could probably see some really good things happening here. All these two have to do is get Leon the puck, either through sheer hard work like Podkolzin can, or through some nifty passes like Savoie can, and Draisaitl's burying it every time. Who knows, maybe he scores 60 goals in a season. It's possible, I'd say. Now, if we go over to the top line left wing, as projected by Daily Faceoff, it is that other prospect that the Oilers had acquired in a trade, Isaac Howard. He is listed here as the second best prospect in the Edmonton Oilers system. He was acquired in a trade with the Tampa Bay Lightning on July 8th, 2025. In 2024-2025, Isaac Howard played for Michigan State University, scoring 52 points, 26 goals and 26 assists in 37 games. The Hobey Baker Award winner as the best player in the NCAA last season, Howard, 21, was acquired from the Lightning for forward prospect Sam O'Reilly. The 5'10", 180-pound forward signed a 3-year ELC with the Oilers shortly after the trade and is expected to challenge for a roster spot. Isaac is a shoot-first player, Larson said. I think it's exciting that he loves to score. He's good at finding the soft ice in the ozone, and his shot is high-end. He can also make plays and can really skate, but his ability to find soft spots and finish are what stands out. Howard's projected NHL arrival is also this season. And of course, as it was discussed, Daily Faceoff has Howard as the number 1 left wing alongside a Connor McDavid. I'm still super intrigued about the possibility of having 3 out of the 4 top winger spots in the team be just young guys. Podkolzin, Savoie, Isaac Howard. If these guys are able to fulfill their potential and do it quickly, maybe you're not even going to need to worry if Connor McDavid re-signs or not. Maybe it becomes a lot easier to project that kind of success right now. But Isaac Howard had himself a stellar year in the NCAA this previous campaign. The point production speaks for itself. He also had an assist in 4 Team USA games at the World Championships. This is a player who definitely will be bringing a lot of those intangibles. He can be a buzzsaw, he can be aggressive, but he also has a really good scoring touch. This is the scouting report on elite prospects. Isaac Howard's skating, that stands out, as he pushes his knees past his toes, engaging his hips and maintaining his posture in tight, while deking or on the back check. His top hand moves freely around his body, which he turns into incredible stick handling displays. When handling, he is scanning, adjusting his body positioning to get pressure on his back, and then using hesitations and changes of pace to slip around the check. Isaac Howard can put the puck in the back of the net, and so can Matthew Savoie. And these guys, as the top 2 prospects in the Oilers system, as labeled out by NHL.com, will hopefully be making an impact with the Oilers' top 6 sooner rather than later. And I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about these guys in that position? Article is going to be linked in the description if you want to go out there and read more about that yourself, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Sign on, and bye.